So for the Super Bowl, we got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles. Seen a repeat. We've seen this episode already, and a lot of people are saying they're not going to watch it because of that. I mean, what do you think about that stuff? Like, I think that's bullshit. Everybody's going to watch it.
Everybody's going to watch it. They say what they want, but I mean, I don't care for either team, but I'm still watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're either going to hate watch because you're going to want Patrick Mahomes to lose, or you're going to want to watch it because you want to see him win and win the 3P. I mean, what do you think? What do you want to happen? Let's just get that out of the way here really quick, and we can dive into a lot of the other reasons.
I got a tough time with that because, I'm a Lions fan, NFC. I don't want to see another NFC team win.
Yeah. I
do think Saquon Barkley deserves it. I'd like to see him win it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big, I don't know. I'm not a Patrick Mahomes hater either, though, or a Kansas City, If they can get the 3-peat, I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody else has done it. So,
yeah,
history either way.
Yeah, I like seeing that stuff. I like being a part of that. Like, hey, I was alive for the first team that ever 3-peated. You know what I mean? I think that's a cool thing to see. I like greatness. I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast the other day. He was talking about it. He was like, we kind of learn as we get older that we like greatness, that. And I'm like, yeah, I already learned that. Like, yeah, like, I appreciate the greatness of Tom Brady. Like, we got to see that, dude. Like, I can hate that player and that team, and I did, beat my Panthers in the Super Bowl. But at the same time, like, you gotta respect that, man. We saw greatness.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, absolutely. I hate them, but God, and same thing. Yeah, exactly. You got to respect Patrick Mahomes. If he gets this, he's already in the conversation. Yeah. I mean,
and with that being said, too, like, this is probably the weakest Chiefs team I've seen. This is not their best team, but yet here they are. And if they make history, I mean, that says a lot about Patrick Mahomes and all of them really.
Yeah, at least I think that it's more talented than we realize. They just go very under the radar because they're like the Patriots were, and and that is part of what made them great was you just do your job. That was a quote among the Patriots was do your job, and that's all they did.
Yeah, and they were the darling team at first too, and now because they've won, now everybody's like, "Oh, I don't want to see the Chiefs win again." You know what I mean?
Patriots went through the same thing. It was cool to see Tom Brady, the 6th-round draft pick, come in and win a Super Bowl and all this, and then he turned into the villain. And dude, it's crazy. Like, I was listening to the New Heights podcast today, right? And they were talking about that exact same thing. How Patrick originally was like, "Oh man, this is awesome and good for him," and then now everyone's like, "Fuck Patrick Mahomes." Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm cool. I want to see it. Like, I agree with what you said. I don't want to see another NFC team win. Obviously, I'm a Panther fan. Like, that's not something we want to see. I mean, and again. So, I think there's a lot, like I said, I think there's a lot more talent on the Chiefs team than we realize. Xavier Lee is a 1st-round pick. Hollywood Brown, 1st-round pick.
And he's really come
DeAndre
on.
Hopkins.
3 or 4 games he's come on. I mean, he had a great game last week. He had a great game.
Yeah. Oh, Xavier Worthy. That was his best game to season.
Like, stepping up in the playoffs.
And we've heard it all season too, is that these guys just sleep through the regular season because who cares? They know they're going to be here. It's that championship DNA. As stupid as it is, it's a real thing. It's something that actually happens.
Yeah, and we got to mention Andy Reid.
Well, yeah, as great as Patrick Mahomes is, as great as Tom Brady was. We talk about Belichick and we talk about Andy Reid. He gets a lot of, but we need to talk about it for sure. Like, he's
everywhere he's gone, dude. Everywhere he's been has been winning teams.
Yeah, I think he's the only coach in NFL history to be the leader in wins for 2 different franchises, for the Eagles and for the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure.
I could. Yeah, I could check it.
Yeah, good.
But he's right there. I mean, he's I'm not gonna say he's better than Belichick, but he's right
approaching
there.
That air though. Yeah,
he's pretty much right there with him.
I mean, if he can do this 3-peat and he can continue to do what he does. And if they do this 3-peat and he gets even one more, then at that point, that's 5.
I mean, if he gets the 3-peat, I mean, he's
instantly in that conversation for better than Brady. I don't necessarily disagree. At the same time, though, but at the same time, though, I think he has to win at least in one more MVP too, maybe 2. Because how many Tom Brady win?
Tom Brady's got 7
Super Bowls, I know. But how many MVPs he win?
I'm
checking.
I
right
want
now.
to say 5.
3.
Really?
So yeah.
Only 3?
Yeah. So if Patrick Mahomes gets it one more MVP and the 3-peat, he's the GOAT. No question.
Yeah.
He already beats Brady.
I don't know. You got to get some championships up.
As long as he doesn't fall off a cliff. If he never makes it back to the Super Bowl after this, that's a disappointment.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to argue. I mean, I don't know. You got to get close to. You got to get at least. I think you got to at least get 5, if not 6, to be.
If he wins this one, this is 4, including a 3-peat. So say he gets one more, and he gets 5. He finishes with 5, a 3-peat, and 2 solos.
I mean, he's up there, but he's not Tom Brady at that point.
Okay, and 2 MVPs. So two less Super Bowls and 1 less MVP. But the 3-peat.
That's a lot.
Something that no one else has ever done. What if you finish with the same stat wise too? You know, that's another thing that we have to take into effect. I mean, is Patrick Mahomes going to play till he's 42?
I mean, stats are stats, but like at the same time,
that's adding to Tom Brady's legacy, though. As great as he is with the Super Bowls and the MVPs and the heroics, the stats are there too. He's the all-time leader in everything. So, I think that Patrick has to at least approach those. He doesn't have to play till he's 42. If he gets a 3-peat and so I think if he gets a 3-peat, he gets 6, 2 MVPs. He's go. Maybe he doesn't back-to-back for that 6th one.
I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know, that turns into like the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, so do you think that he has to tie him? You think he has to get 7 to replace him? 7 with 3?
I mean, if he goes and gets 7, then there's no question.
Yeah, but what if he gets a 3-peat and 6? 3-peat's never been done. Ever.
I mean, it's true.
Tom Brady broke records that were already set. Patrick Mahomes is going to set something.
He gets a 3-peat, gets six rings. I mean, he's probably the GOAT then at that point.
Okay, and so Patrick Mahomes is 17 playoff wins less than Tom Brady. He's in second place by himself now. It was him. He was a tie with Joe Montana, but he's still 17 wins behind.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, not even close. He's got a way to go.
Yeah, so he obviously can't fall off a cliff. He needs to continue to be as good as he is, and he needs to. He doesn't have to be amazing every year, but I do need to see like a couple extra. Maybe at least one more MVP. If he has a really like spectacular MVP season where he like break the season touchdown record, break that, win MVP, get a 3-peat and 6 rings. Go.
Well,
no question. You can't even question that. Doing things that have never been done.
No, yeah. Well, that's going to be hard, though, to do that, though.
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, he shows no sign of slowing down. He's, 28?
Yeah. I mean, he's got quite a
He's 29.
He's 29.
He was born in 1995.
Okay.
So, yeah, but, I mean, and again, with Andy Reid, the real question is how long does Andy Reid stick around? Because he's not that old, though.
I mean, if I'm Andy Reid, I'm not retiring until
he's only 66.
Yeah, I'm not leaving until Patrick Mahomes leaves. Like, I don't feel like you can even think about it until.
So what? 29. So maybe another 10 years minimum. You think he plays until he's 39?
10 more years. That's a long time.
10 more years till he's 39. I mean, he could. It depends on what happens. I think that he retires a lot earlier if he breaks all these records and if he wins 7 before 35. Retire.
That's true. And I mean, he's not running all the time either. So,
yeah, he plays.
He stays pretty healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, knock on wood for him. We don't want to see Patrick.
Nobody.
But yeah, but yeah, Andy Reid really makes that offense hum, and we got to give him credit for developing Patrick Mahomes too. I don't know if you remember this, but before he got drafted, he was viewed as like a backup. They didn't think he was going to be this good. And then he sat behind Alex Smith for a year, sat with Andy Reid, sat with Eric. Or was Eric Bieniemy his first offensive coordinator?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was. I'm pretty sure he was.
Let me see. No, it was Matt Nagy, actually. And he's been the quarterback coach since he came back.
Was he starting then or no?
So he's only ever had 2 offensive coordinators. Matt Nagy, who was his quarterback or was the offensive coordinator when Mahomes was a rookie. And he was the quarterback coach for the Chiefs from 2013 to 2015. And then he returned because he was the head coach of the Bears for a couple of years. Yeah. And then he came back in 2022 as the quarterback coach. And then now he is the OC again. So, it's not that big of a surprise. I saw today Jalen Hurts has had 8 different offensive coordinators. Can you believe that? In the NFL, 8. And and Jalen Hurts hasn't had the greatest year stat wise, but when you got Saquon, nobody was complaining when Jared Goff threw 14 passes and completed them all. A little bit more impressive for sure. But everyone was saying, dang, that's awesome. He only had to throw 14 passes and completed for 180 yards or something like that. It wasn't much. Yeah. He didn't throw for 400 yards on 18 passes.
The running backs are back.
Absolutely. It's great to see. I love to see it. The Chiefs, we should have known because the Chiefs, that's how they won. The last couple of, Isaiah Pacheco, Jerick McKinnon, Kareem Hunt's coming back. I bet you anything Kareem Hunt gets a fucking touchdown in this.
Yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed.
He's been killing it too. Came out of nowhere.
But Saquon Barkley, man,
he's special.
Honestly, I think he should be the MVP because
I agree.
The Eagles don't make it this far without him. There's
Hell
no
no.
way.
No, you could put DeAndre Swift back in there. You could put anyone else you want. They ain't making it this far without Saquon. And you know what? No. Maybe they do. There is a shot.
No.
Jalen Hurts has been here before. AJ Brown is a great receiver. Devontae Smith? Devonta Smith. Yeah, he's a good receiver too. They got Goddard. They got weapons all over that offense too. But when you have a player as good as Barkley,
he's a game changer.
Yeah,
he's a tone setter.
Yeah,
what he did against Washington was 64-yard touchdown to open the game.
Yeah, and then another 78 later. It's insane. But we knew this coming out. He just got forgot about because he was with the Giants. This is what he was supposed to be when he came out of Penn State. It was Saquad. Remember that? Saquad? Yeah, because he's got giant quads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a great matchup with, without talking about Andy Reid, we can't not talk about Spagnuolo.
Dude, Spags.
Because, one of the greatest defensive minds we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, he's phenomenal.
It's amazing how good he is because he just pulls it out when he needs to. We can talk all the time about how they get all the calls and all this stuff. But the thing is, and I was hearing this on a couple of different places, is it's not that they get all the calls. It's that it's magnified because they take advantage of it. Other teams get those calls that go their way and they go 3 and out.
Yeah.
The Panthers, we go 3 and out after we get an interception or something like that, or we get a drive extended on roughing the passer or something. Then we go 3 and out right after that. Yeah. But they don't. They score a touchdown, and that's not their fault. That's your fault for not doing it.
I love Spags. A 4th down against the Bills. The end of the game, man. He sends a damn blitz.
Yeah,
he's got some balls on him.
Didn't blitz hardly, up until that point, and threw some shit out there.
And they were that pass rush is serious too because they were all over Josh Allen quick.
So
he had no
again time. Today I heard that so George Karlaftis has more career playoff sacks than Lawrence Taylor, JJ Watt.
What?
All these guys. I swear because he's been in the playoffs every year of his career.
Well, that's true.
Let's see.
But who you got as your pick? Who you got winning this game?
Until proven wrong, it's going to be the Chiefs. And I don't
agree.
think that's because the NFL is rigged. I think that's because of everything that we've just been talking about. You can, like I said, you can talk about the refs and you have every right to be mad. I understand. I'd be pissed if it was the Panthers. Trust me, I've been there. We all been there. I know you've been there too, but like I said, it's just magnified because they take advantage of that shit. We all get the shitty calls. Every ref sucks if your team's losing. Every ref is awesome if your team's winning. It's just the way that we go. We got to look at this objectively. They magnify it. They score, or you get a penalty against you that was a bullshit penalty against you, and they capitalize on that shit. I remember watching the AFC Championship game, and they had 3 calls against them that were kind of bullshit. Even the announcers were like, yeah, this is going to be against the Bills here. And then the ref would come on and he'd be like, illegal hands to the face, Kansas City. And it's like, okay, never mind. And they literally did that 2 or 3 times. And it was crazy. They were saying, oh, it's against the Bills here. And it was 2 on the same drive. And I'm just like, it's very obvious. It's not and I was in Kansas City too, in Kansas City in a AFC Championship game. And they get calls against them that were bullshit. Come on. They magnify the mistakes that you make and they also, if they get a 15-yard penalty against them, 3rd down and 17. Patrick Mahomes did it fucking Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes to Xavier Worthy. Patrick Mahomes. It used to be Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. The list goes on. Patrick Mahomes and DeAndre Hopkins. Pats to Noah Gray. I can go on and list all the guys. I mean, even Isaiah Pacheco can turn a little swing pass into a 15, 17-yard gain. If they get to a 4th and 2 after that, they're going for it, and they're going to get it because Andy Reid knows what you're thinking before you're thinking it.
Yeah. Andy Reid's just been there, done that, and he knows he's just that good.
Just like that touchdown play against the Bills that they hadn't called all year, literally hadn't called that play the entire year and called it in that game to win that game. It's like, come on. I mean, come on. It's just
Andy Reid's pulling out playbook now. I mean, everything's a go.
Yeah, and once Xavier Worthy gets better, they won't have a problem. In year 2, he's going to be, I mean, Tom Brady did, we act like he's just surrounded by these terrible receivers, but he coaches them up. He tells them what to do, and he tells them where to be. And he has chemistry with a lot of these guys. Like I hear about Juju Smith-Schuster being terrible with the Patriots, and he's good with them. He has chemistry with Pat, and he puts it where it needs to be. They know they can trust him. I don't care how good any rookie is. You can't fully trust their passes, but you can trust Patrick Mahomes' passes. They're going to be exactly where they are, even if he's falling down, dude.
Yeah, dude, he gets tackled, and I mean, or he'll be 2 guys in his face falling backwards, and he'll put it on the money.
In a place that only Tom Brady could do, standing in a clean pocket. He puts it in falling backwards.
And he can do it
crazy.
Or diving forwards. You know what I mean? Like it's just the throws he makes are stick.
Exactly. And just adding more and more to the legend. As long as
anybody
to do what he does.
Well, that's an interception. Yeah, I mean, they're telling people don't make that throw, and here's Patrick Mahomes like, nah, I got this.
I can't name there's no other quarterback that has ever done, and Cam was a physical monster. Nah, no way. Cam can throw 80 yards on his knees. He couldn't make that fucking pass.
No,
not like that.
Patrick Mahomes is on
not Tom Brady. Not absolutely.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes is on the same level of good as Christian McCaffrey at his height, up just way above everybody else. It's not even close.
Yes,
and I mean, Saquon definitely put his name in that fight. But anyway, go. Not to get off too far on that, but it's crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and call this right now. Saquon Barkley, great year this year. Within the next 2 years, he's about to have a Christian McCaffrey year. I'm just letting y'all know.
Oh, he's gonna get hurt.
He's gonna have a Christian McCaffrey year.
2,000 or 1,000.
No, I'm saying like last year, like tendonitis. Then we got issues going on throughout the whole year. You just can't run the ball that many times, and
no. But you know what? I think it's a little
not
different
sustainable
because Saquon doesn't catch the ball that much out the backfield like Christian McCaffrey does. He's not used as a dynamic receiver, which I think is where more of that injury comes from.
Look how many carries he's taking a game, though.
He doesn't take that many, dude. He just takes them to the house.
How many carries he got? How many carries he got this year?
Let me see.
I bet you he's one of the league. Probably leads the league.
Let's check here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm pulling it up.
I mean, but I'm going with the Chiefs too, though. I just don't think the Eagles. I mean, I'm sorry, Eagles fans, but I just don't think just think the Chiefs are better.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of receiving.
But I am glad to see the Eagles not like.
So yeah, he had the most carries in the NFL this year, 345 carries.
Yeah, dude, it's a lot of carries.
But dude,
it's a lot of carries, man.
But he averaged 5.8 yards a carry, good for second in the NFL.
Who was first? The Henry or my boy?
Let's see, pull it up here.
Yeah, you're good. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. Definitely gonna make some bets. Now that my team's not playing, I think I like DeAndre Hopkins. I'm betting he scores a touchdown. I think that was like plus 200. So nice. I feel like he's gonna have a big game. It's a big stage. Yeah. He's never been here before. I feel like he's going to step up. He's going to, he's going to have a big game. Travis Kelce too. I think Travis Kelce's going to be a factor.
He always is.
But yeah, whether he may not catch the ball, but he had that block for Patrick Mahomes on that when he ran that touchdown in. Beautiful block. I mean, he had 2 guys had to make a decision real quick which one he was going to take. Beautiful block, get in the end zone. So I mean,
yeah.
You think Travis Kelce retires if they win a Super Bowl?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't be that surprised, honestly. I don't know. I can't find who number one is.
I wouldn't either, but I don't know. I feel like if he thinks he'd get another one, he might go for another one.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely slowed down a little bit, but he's just saving himself too for the playoffs. Like,
but he don't need to be. He don't need to be number one anymore. He can just be solid. That's all.
He's 35. He'll be 36 this year.
He might have one more year. I don't know. That's a good way to go out, though. But nobody ever goes out like that anymore. I always got to play an extra.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'd be cool if he did. Why not, dude? You win a three-peat. That's what, your fourth Super Bowl?
Yeah, I feel like, I feel like he's one of the few people who go, all right, so say you go to a Super Bowl again or you get close again, you fail. Oh, well, you did a three-peat and you didn't make a four-peat.
Yeah.
It's still a good way to end a career.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, especially if they even go, even if you don't win your fourth one in a row and you go to the Super Bowl for the fourth time in a row, that's still impressive.
I mean, he keeps
beating, and you won three of them.
The Bills.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Allen's going to get one. He's got to get one.
I don't know, dude. He's running out of time, dude. You only get to go there, but so many times.
That's true. So, we're getting off too much on a tangent here, though. We need to reel it back in towards the Chiefs and the Eagles a little bit more here too. We talked about their offense a lot. I want to talk a little bit more about that defense too, because I mentioned George Karlaftis, and I did pull up the NFL sacks. Let me see here. Yeah, so he is ahead of Julius Peppers, Derek Thomas, Lawrence Taylor, Robert Mathis, J.J. Watt.
Man, that's a good crowd to be in right there.
Joey Porter. Yeah, he is. Let's see. So he's tied for 28th with, that's surprising, Ndamukong Suh.
Really?
7 sacks. Yeah, for 20. Well, so yeah, that starts 28th with Ndamukong Suh, and then Fred Stokes, Simeon Rice, Brooks Reed, Nick Perry, Whitney Merciless, and then George Karlaftis, all with 7. And then ahead of him are players like DeMarcus Ware, Eric Armstead, Mike Vrabel, Kevin Green, Michael Strahan, Nick Bosa has 10. He's tied for 13th. Von Miller tied for 10th with Richard Dent. My boy, love Richard Dent. Number 1 is Willie McGinnis.
Really?
Yeah, and then Bruce Smith, and then Frank Clark, Terrell Suggs, Reggie White, Dwight Freeney. Nice. So yeah, I mean he's in great company, but I mean that team overall is just good. Like that defense. I'm gonna pull up the PFF grades here really quick, and we can, with the lineup here, we can really take a look at this. Let's see on the defense. I mean, Karlaftis, and then next to him is, of course, Chris Jones, the number 1 rated D tackle in PFF. I mean, yeah, we don't really got to even say anything about Chris Jones. Him and Karlaftis alone, so yeah, Jones is a 90.4, good for first out of 126, and Karlaftis is 37. So I mean, not amazing, but yeah, exactly. But them together, that's crazy. And then I mean, on the other side, not bad, 68th, and then 45 in the middle there. It's not like they're last. And then you look at that and you go backwards, even just out to the cornerbacks. It's crazy. With McDuffie 2nd, Watson 30th, linebackers. You got Bolton at 48, which is surprising because Nick Bolton's so good. That's why I kind of don't like PFF sometimes. Yeah, exactly. And then you got their Sam linebacker, Chenal. No. Yeah.
Chanel? I don't know. But he's 5th.
Yeah, exactly. And then 38th, and then the free safety is Justin Reed, 12.
Yeah, Justin Reed's a dog.
Yeah, and then I mean, Brian Cook is their weak link, but I mean, he was a 2nd-round pick in 2022. Like, yeah, exactly. And I mean, he was definitely the worst player, 77th, which I mean, kind of bad, but still, when you're surrounded by
but I mean, you got to think
so good,
he's getting all the targets.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the weakest link. You're throwing the football towards Cook. That's what you're doing. So he's getting picked on a lot.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, but he's only a strong safety though. When you're a strong safety and you have good corners like McDuffie and Watson to be your first set right there, like you're good. Like
his run defense grade is good though. He's just playing a run.
Cook.
Yeah, Cook.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and that's that's exactly what you need when you have good corners. You need to have good run defense because they're going to try and pass on you if you have good run defense, and they're going to try and run on you if you have a good pass defense. So, that's again, it even goes so much further than just Andy Reid and just Spagnuolo. It goes to the GM too. Like he put these guys that we're talking about right now got brought in because these guys were like, let's bring these guys in because they fit in this mold. They do these things that we want to do, and they built this complete team. That's what it is. I mean, we see it across all other sports too. Like you look at the Celtics last year, they were a deep team. That's why they won, because everybody, like, the drop off wasn't huge. Like, everybody can do everything. And the same thing can be said about the Chiefs, I think. Everybody does everything good enough, and they complement each other where they have weaknesses in other places. I'm sure we could go through the PFF list and we could probably be like, okay, like this guy has a good pass grade and this guy has a good run grade, and like they'd be opposite of each other or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, because Chris Jones doesn't get a lot of sacks, but
but that's because he's getting a double team.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, his pass rush grade is 91.6. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's first, and then run defense is 23rd.
Yes, which that kind of surprises me. I figured he'd be better at the run.
I'm pulling up his sacks right now. I want to see what he got. He had 74 pressures, good for second. Yeah, overall grade third. Snap count 9th, so he's playing a lot. He only had 6 sacks, so yeah, and then he had 21 solo tackles.
Yeah,
he's not putting. They're afraid of him though. They're running the other way though. That's another part of it. Teams are double teaming him. That's why he's not getting these numbers and everything like that. But the average NFL fan may be like, the Chiefs, it's rigged. We can go on and on about how good this team is, and they just traded away L'Jarius Sneed, who was a great corner too. Like,
you got the best quarterback in the league, right? Well, their defense is better than their offense.
Yeah,
and I mean, you got the best quarterback in the league, but your defense is still better than your offense, and that to me just tells you right there that's a dangerous team.
Absolutely,
man. They're the best team. They're the best team.
All right. So. Yeah, I mean that defense is stacked, man. It's underrated. I mean, it's like underrated and overrated. People know about it, but they don't know about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they forget about it because you get all your attention goes to Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Exactly. And so let's switch over to the Eagles. Then we talked about them a little bit. We talked about Jalen Hurts. How he's had so many different offensive coordinators. I mean, it's really a crazy list. Let's see here. See if I can pull it up.
I mean, you want to talk about another good defense. they do have a good defense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Jalen Hurts has had, let's see here. So Doug Peterson was the play caller during his rookie season. His offensive coordinator was Shane Steichen in 2021 to 2022. So 2 seasons. So that's 2 play callers. Then Brian Johnson for the 23 season. Kellen Moore. So 4 different play callers, and then Nick Sirianni was the play caller for part of it too. But I guess it goes back to all the way to college, because he also had Lane Kiffin was the play caller his freshman year, and then his sophomore year. Yeah, I can't find the whole list that I found earlier, but yeah, I mean, either way, so he adapts. He's a good quarterback, and he gets a lot of crap for not being a good quarterback. But again, we talked about it. If you have Saquon, you don't need to run, or you don't need to do anything.
He's not a bad quarterback. No. You don't need. I mean, we've already seen it. You don't need like the best quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a solid team and people will work around them too. I mean, you don't need the greatest quarterback in the NFL to be good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a team sport.
Yeah. I mean, we just got done talking about how great the Chiefs team was. We can go over the Eagles too and do the exact same thing for them. I mean, let me just pull it up so we can like really lay it down here. But we all know.
I mean, their offensive line's great.
Their offensive line's great. We already know that. I mean, yeah. So Lane Johnson, the right tackle, is 5th. Jordan Mailata, 1st.
Yeah, their left tackles.
Landon Dickerson, their guard, is 4th. Cam Jurgens, their center.
The game.
Cam Jurgens, their center, is 11th. Mekhi Becton, their right guard, is 18th. I mean, this offense is littered with top talent, top 20. I mean, literally nobody outside of their offense is out of the top 20. I'm not even kidding. The only person is their 3rd receiver.
Yeah.
The Devonta Smith is, and he's their worst player on offense besides Jahan Dotson. Yeah, but he's trash. We already knew that. Yeah.
We don't
So
even
I mean,
talk about Dotson.
no, he's a non-factor. I mean, Smith and Brown and Goddard are the cream of the crop when it comes to having offensive weapons right there. I mean, could you imagine like if Mahomes had that? If he had like the top rated guys at every position on offense? I mean, he doesn't, and that's another. I mean, we can go on and on again, but still, that's a huge strength of the Eagles is that offensive line because it is crazy good. I mean, Kellen Moore, their offensive coordinator, calls a good game too. It's not easy to run the ball when they know you're going to run the ball.
Exactly.
I don't care how good your offensive line is. That's a hard thing to do. And then, I mean, we haven't even seen anything from AJ Brown and Devonta Smith. It'll be really curious to see how they match up against that secondary for the Chiefs because that was so good. But, we'll really see how that goes. And I think it could be good.
I think the matchup too is, I mean, Kansas City's offense against this defense because this defense is stout too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
defenses. I don't think there's a bad player on defense.
Yeah, you got Jalen Carter as the centerpiece. You got Milton Williams, their other D lineman, who's 18th. Jalen Carter's 14th.
You got
Josh Sweat as their edge at 34th, and
which he's probably
Nolan Smith at 25th. And then you go out and you got Cooper DeJean, the rookie. Cooper DeJean. I mean, dude, I don't understand how this guy lasted the second round. I just don't get it. Coming out of Iowa, everybody was like, this guy's going to be great. He does everything good. He may not run the fastest, but he is smart. He knows what to do. And oh my God, were they right? Like, duh. I mean, sometimes yeah, exactly. The same thing said about Ladd McConkey. Like these guys weren't like the guys that are going to burn you. They're not tall. They can't jump 17 feet in the air, but they're tacticians, they're masters of their game. And those ones are always going to be the best. Jerry Rice was not the fastest, was not the tallest, was not the strongest. He was the best. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, when are we going to learn?
And then you got to talk about, and Mitchell, man, a rookie. And he's,
yeah, exactly. I mean, two rookies. Him and DeJean are in the same draft.
Mitchell was Mitchell. I mean, he's the top cornerback team out that draft right now.
I mean, no, but Cooper DeJean is ranked 3rd and Mitchell is ranked 8th. I mean, that's crazy. It's 2 rookies, and then you add Darius Slay, 24th, which is bad. And then you go back even one level and look, they got Zach Bond first.
I wish Slay never left the Lions, man. I love Slay. I got a lot of respect for Slay.
I know.
Now CJ over here,
Johnson,
I don't care for him. So.
Yeah, he talks too much, and somehow he's ranked 16th. I don't know how.
Yeah, I feel like he's only that good just because the players around him.
Well, but I mean look at this. Good. So he's good in coverage, but he is dog shit in run defense. Which, as a safety, you just can't be dog shit in run defense. I'm sorry, that's just not something that you need to be as a safety.
No, I don't.
Look at Reed Blankenship, their other safety, 72 overall. He's 24th, but he's even. There's not some big disparity in between his grades. He's a 71.4 coverage and a 71.6 in run defense. Beautiful, balanced player. That's what you want. That way, he's not making mistakes.
Terrible at the run.
Exactly, I don't understand that. But, he fits in that defense because, again, like you said, and the defensive coordinator for the Eagles is Vic Fangio. Long time, great defensive coordinator. We all know the name. We all have seen the defenses. It's a complex 3-4 defense. He's been around forever, and it's attacking. So it's going to be really – and those guys are all attacking players. Those guys are known for being like dogs, for attacking.
They're violent. Yeah,
exactly.
They're violent players.
Yeah. So,
they can play good man coverage and they can send a blitz.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like they match up really good against Kansas City because, to be honest, Kansas City doesn't have like that one star receiver. You know what I mean? But
that kind of makes them better, though. I don't know. I feel like sometimes that works, a la the Panthers in 2015. We didn't have a good receiver. Went to the Super Bowl.
Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady never had stars either. He did.
Taking nothing away from Wes Welker and Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola. They were great receivers. They had their moments.
Yeah, but they were all.
But we're not talking about them on the Mount Rushmore.
No, yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like as good as they were. Yeah, we're not talking about anything like that. I mean, we're not talking about Devontae Smith or AJ Brown about that. Like they don't
I mean,
deserve
AJ
to
Brown's
be up.
dog, dude. He's been
He
good.
is, but I mean, he's not Mount Rushmore yet or anything. He's been good.
No.
You know, that's what I'm saying is like, but still, very big difference from Patrick Mahomes' offensive or receivers. You know, as good as I think Xavier Worthy can be, and you know, Hollywood Brown, if he wasn't so injury prone, he would be great.
Yes.
I like Noah Gray a lot, but they don't compare to Devonta Smith, who won a unanimous Heisman, the first receiver to win it in how long? Like,
Yeah. And
he's good.
He's been getting better too. I feel like he's just
Exactly.
He did have a little bit of a down year in 2023, but like
yeah.
the
But
whole
I mean,
Eagles did. I mean, the
yeah,
Eagles
well,
had a bad year.
Saquon, their games. So not only with the running, you know, they're not getting opportunities, but the games go quicker because the clock's continuously moving. You know, they're not going out of bounds. They're running into the like middle of the field and getting these things. So, you know, their games are going quicker. These players aren't going to get stats. It just makes sense. Like it just happens. That doesn't mean these guys are bad. It doesn't mean it's a down season. It means that you have a huge season by a running back. One of the best seasons we've ever seen.
Yeah, now you're more well-rounded now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's how you win playoffs.
Yeah, Shaquan Barkley's going to have big game.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see Chris Jones against him. That's going to be the matchup of the game right there for sure. That offensive line versus that defensive. This is going to be a great game. People are like, oh, no, this is going to be a repeat. No, this is different. These guys are better. Both of these teams are different. We're not just watching the same stuff.
No.
You know,
I don't see the. I mean, it should be a pretty close game, to be honest. I mean, well, every game the Chiefs have played has been close anyway.
Yeah.
But that's what you don't want. You got to go up on the Chiefs. The Chiefs know how to win a game when it's close.
Yeah, you can't give them an inch because they'll take that mile real quick. Yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you don't want Patrick Mahomes to have the ball at the end of the game to go down and potentially have a scoring drive to finish. You don't want that. I mean, because he's going to do it.
Yeah.
So you want the ball in your hands. You know, you want to be up a score, and you want Shaquan Barkley running that football.
Yeah.
That's what they got to do to win.
Yeah, keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands as much as you can. Well,
I got the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
So I think that's it. Now we talk good football. Now we're about to talk some bad football.
Some bad football.
We're going to get into the Tennessee Titans.